I was talking to Sierra about this the other day, but I was reviewing the audio and listening to the episodes, and I never introduced myself. I only ever introduced you guys.
Oh yeah, there's only 3 peeps in this pod because Anna does not exist.
I'm a disembodied voice. Oh, and yeah, my name is Anna, just by the way. I thought that was funny.
3 episodes later, everyone meet Anna.
Welcome back, everybody. It is episode 4 of the Peeps in a Podcast, the only podcast with more tangents than you ever thought possible. We're officially, what is it? It's Friday. We're like 4 days removed from our official premiere date. So first and foremost, thank you to everybody who has listened, streamed, liked, subscribed, followed us. I know we basically went crazy on Instagram and our whole social media blasts, but thank you guys. The support has been amazing. Like, we've had some really, really, really kind words. So thanks for that. Okay, but basically we're, before we get into our peeping and our potting, we're going to kind of go over some housekeeping issues. We're going to talk about our premiere date, some hiccups that we had, and just some stuff that we've learned over like a really stressful 3 days, honestly. But if you don't want to listen to that, no hard feelings. You can skip to
9 minutes and 40 seconds.
And get to our more regularly scheduled programming.
That's my
That's
cue.
your cue.
Okay. So first and foremost, I just wanted to let you guys know basically our plans for the future and what we're going to do to change the podcast to try to make it better. So first of all, second of all,
Third of all,
we just wanted you guys to know that we're actually going to be putting out new podcasts, new episodes every Sunday and Wednesday. So just look forward to that. And also, I know you guys have been saying, and we are very much aware of this, but sometimes our audio quality is lacking, and we're definitely working on that. We're going to try to get a second mic for our pal George, so you guys can hear him better. He says some great stuff, but I guess sometimes you guys can't hear him that clearly. So we're definitely working on that, as well as getting a more soundproof, I guess you could call it, studio. We're kind of improvising right now, but we're going to try our best to try to get rid of some of those echoes and some of those like staticky moments.
Yeah, that whole thing about George not being able or not being heard in general, that was one of the big things that I got. And it's hard because while we're recording it, you can't tell. But then hearing it back, I'm like, oh, wow, that's like really bad. But that was a big thing. And to kind of go off of what you're saying about our studio setup is just the fact that we are currently in 3 different cities. So we're recording in 3 different houses and kind of trying to make it work and make it a one cohesive podcast for you guys. So we're working on it.
And then also, I guess one thing that I didn't really know that someone brought up to me is that sometimes Natalie sounds loud, which was honestly a shock to me because when we're listening, like while we're recording it, Natalie is actually one of our lower voices. So to be able to like replay the podcast and listen to it later and have Natalie be one of the loudest people, like we weren't expecting that. So we're definitely I think she has a better quality mic than us. And we're definitely just going to try to alter her gain a little bit there so she doesn't sound like she's screaming at you, because she's definitely not screaming at us. She's not screaming at us.
She never screams in general. But honestly, listening back to our other episodes, if they're live on everywhere you find your podcasts and YouTube, if you want to go and binge them real quick. But listening back is when I hear her zingers, because sometimes Natalie will say something, but we're all talking over her. So while we're recording, I won't hear it. But then listening back, I'll hear it, and it's the funniest thing.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes when I listen back, I purposefully turn down the volume for all of our 3 voices just to hear what Natalie says, and then it's hilarious. And then so I mute all of us just to make sure that everyone out there can hear how great Natalie is.
We put Natalie the real MVP. She needs her moment to shine.
I don't even remember like 75% of the things I say.
That's why they're the funniest. The funniest jokes come out your mouth without you thinking about them. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Natalie blacks out when we start recording, and then an hour later she's like, oh, where am I?
Honestly, probably.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about just the premiere day itself. So it was a stressful day, but we were actually trying to premiere on Sunday because, like Sierra said, we're posting episodes on Sundays and Wednesdays. So we were initially going to post our first episode this last Sunday, but what we did not account for was upload time. So I was using iMovie to make our YouTube videos, and transferring that on my old ass computer, changing it from an MP3 to an MP4 took literal hours. Like I left it overnight because it took forever. And there might be a better way to do it, but I don't know it yet.
If you guys do know, please let us know because we need that.
Yes, please. So that we had to push it back to Monday. And then it was just kind of getting into that rhythm and getting into that groove of like, okay, I need X amount of hours to convert it and then X amount of hours to put it on YouTube. And, Sierra, you need X amount of time to edit it.
And then when you edit it, it's in a different format than an MP3. So then you have to convert it into an MP3. And then I have to send it to you. And then you have to put it in iMovie because I don't own a Mac. And I'm sure there's a program that I could use on a PC. You guys might tell me it. But Anna, basically, I send it to her. She puts it on her Mac. Then she changes it into whatever she has to change it into. And it was honestly way more crazy than I thought. I've never done video production or music editing, sound editing. None of us has done any of that except George, I guess, with his brothers that we just learned in Two Troops and a Lie. But other than that, none of us has any experience in any of this, and we're kind of just winging it.
I'm pretty sure I could fix the car faster than you guys can edit, upload it, send it back to each other, and everything in between.
Okay, well, it's really hard to coordinate this stuff being in 3 different cities. Like, we would still probably have to send it to each other, even if we lived in the same city. But yeah, that's a good point. Also, those are fighting words, George. How dare you bring controversy into this pod? Peeps.
He was coming at y'all.
This is a peaceful pod. We're a pod. We're a unit, George, and you're trying to split us up.
No, all I'm saying is
we're not peas. We're not peas in a bowl served at dinner, George. We're peas in a pod. Okay. We're
oh my God, is George gonna be the one that goes solo? Like when we hit it big, it's like we're the boy band and George is gonna be Justin Timberlake.
No.
Yes, that's how I see it. That's the only future.
That's the only logical explanation here. Oh God. Yeah, but that was basically it. It was very stressful and a lot of texting and calling back and forth between Sierra and I. But we did it. We made it through. We got 3 episodes up. Did I mention that? Binge them on YouTube and anywhere you find your podcasts. I'm gonna just start shamelessly plugging. But that's basically it.
Honestly, as much as like it sounds like we're complaining, we're really not complaining. I actually think this is great. I have so much fun doing this. And as much hard work as it is, we got a lot of more views than I thought we were gonna. Not that we got a lot of views, but we got a lot more than I thought. And I'm very hopeful for the future. Plus, we just get better every episode. So I'm really looking forward to more.
And above all else, it gives us an excuse to schedule time 2 times a week to sit down and just talk to each other. And what's the saying? Shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
But
I don't know. That doesn't sound that fun.
It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I've never shot shit, like literally. So
I don't want to be a part of this.
If you have, please comment, and like and subscribe. So no, I'm kidding.
Like, subscribe, and follow for shooting shit. But yeah, that's basically it. Honestly, I just want to reiterate to everybody, thank you guys for your support and your listens, for your feedback, and honestly, we are accepting topic ideas, constructive criticism. We're super open to all of that. Just shoot us a DM on Instagram at Peeps Podcast, or put a comment on YouTube and just let us know. Let us know how we're doing as we continue going on, because we will persevere and continue forever.
Unless the government censors us.
That's basically it. But now that we have premiered, also hello to all the people that skipped ahead to this time spot and did not listen to our tearful thank yous. It's fine. I'm fine. I don't hold a grudge. But hey guys, I think we should start to get a little controversial. Isn't that how the internet works? We should be controversial and then we'll be successful.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Haters count as views, right?
Exactly. A view is a view. So hey, what's up, haters? Drinking your haterade?
You're our motivators. Yeah, I said it.
God, that's so lame. But
I just cringed at that.
I'm sorry, you guys. I take it. We just lost 8 followers. I'm so
no.
sorry.
Oh god. But yeah, I thought we should get into some hot takes. We're gonna get a little spicy on the podcast on episode 4. This is where we're gonna start getting crazy. So we got a couple hot takes for you guys. Hot take number 1: Hercules is criminally underrated. It is, in my opinion, the most underrated Disney movie of all time. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, and personally, I feel like more people should see it. Because I think it's one of those movies that people didn't watch enough, and it offends me.
Wait, is that a Disney movie you said?
It's Disney.
That's a Disney movie?
I am one of those people.
You've never seen Hercules?
No, I've watched it, but I was very, very young. And then I didn't rewatch it
Netflix,
since then.
Last time I checked, it was on Netflix.
Last I checked, it was still on Netflix.
Sponsor us, Netflix.
Wait, but even with Disney Plus out here?
Yeah, because Disney Plus, there's a lot of Disney things that are on other streaming services, mainly Netflix, because their contract isn't up yet. So they basically lease the movie out for, let's say, until the end of 2020, and so then Disney can't get the rights to it back to put it on Disney Plus until that contract is over, or until they buy out the contract. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so do you think Hercules is the best Disney movie besides Frozen?
Ooh, that's a toughie. Frozen and Hercules are 2 of my all-time favorite Disney movies. I would have to sit down and the March Madness bracket. I'd have to do that with all the Disney movies. It is definitely up there as one of the best Disney movies, I think. But I don't know.
Is Lilo and Stitch a Disney movie?
Lilo and Stitch, yeah.
Yeah.
So you like Hercules better than Lilo and Stitch? I'm only asking her this because I know that one of Anna's most favorite films is Lilo and Stitch. So I'm trying to get her to pick, and it's really hard for her.
Okay, if I had to pick, oh my goodness, it's like picking between my children.
Yeah, your face looks like you're panicking.
We need a soundbite of Bobby saying "fuck them kids" just so we can play it.
We really should sample him.
Yo, yeah.
But I think I would put Hercules above Lilo and Stitch by like a hair. Oh god, that hurt even saying.
George, what do you feel about Hercules?
Hercules is definitely an underrated Disney movie. That was one of the movies that I watched a lot as a kid also. So I feel like it's just more so relatable to me. It's not my favorite Disney movie, but it is definitely underrated.
Can I guess your favorite Disney movie right now?
Go for it.
It's not Cars.
Toy Story.
Yeah, it's not Cars.
Toy Story? Toy Story.
Yes, Toy Story. But Anna's gonna sit here and argue that it's not a Disney movie, that it's a Pixar movie.
It is a Pixar movie.
Well, they collabed on it. That's like saying all of DJ Khaled's songs aren't DJ Khaled's, but he owns all the rights to them.
That is a great analogy. Thank you, Sierra.
Okay, I know.
You're welcome, George.
Especially now, it's Disney Pixar. They're one company because Disney owns everything, and I am totally okay with that. But there is a clear division between what is a Disney movie and what is a Pixar movie. Like, The Incredibles is a Pixar movie. It's not a Disney movie.
No, it's a Disney movie animated by Pixar.
No, it's a Pixar movie. It's in that vein. Whereas a Toy Story movie, same thing. Toy Story is a Pixar movie. It's not a Disney movie.
Wait. But when you watch those movies at the beginning, before the whole scene starts, the castle of Walt Disney comes up. And with the brand of Disney.
I know that. I know because it's Disney Pixar. They're one company. But it's the style of the 2 companies before they merged. That is what I deem as a Pixar movie versus a Disney movie. So like the princess movies, the style of animation, the stories that are told, that's Disney. Like it's a complete distinction to a Toy Story or a Brave or a Pixar, like Pixar movies. They are Pixar, and this is Disney. I can argue this hours.
Okay, I'm upset. I'm really upset that our hot take is over Pixar and Disney and not over Hercules.
Well, it's because I think we can all agree that Hercules is an amazing movie, and Natalie, you need to go watch it right as soon as we finish recording.
I should.
But
I
what
will.
if like Hercules isn't tainted for you by the Greek mythology that backs it up?
No, because I love Greek mythology. It is one of my all-time favorite things. And I think that's why I like Hercules so much. But honestly, if I were to think about all of the adaptations and just the legends and stories, like really cleaned up stories based off of Greek mythology, I would be so sad about most things because Greek mythology, like the nitty gritty of it, the more accurate parts of the stories, were so dark. And
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't ruin Hercules for you?
no, because Hercules, this is a different Hercules, but I do think about it sometimes because in the movie, it's spoiler alert. In the movie, Zeus and Hera are married and they're happily married, and I'm like, that's bullshit. That's some bullshit. Because, you know, in the Greek mythology, Zeus and Hera basically hated each other because Zeus
Yeah.
would like go off and cheat on Hera every time he got the chance, and Hera would basically like try
Wow.
to make his life miserable because he was a cheating whore.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I think about that sometimes where they're like lovey-dovey and stuff at the beginning, and I'm like, interesting. Plus, there are some points in the movie where it's like when Hercules is gonna get attacked by Pain and Panic when they turn into snakes, and he basically takes them down. That was part of Greek mythology where Hercules was a demigod because Zeus got this mortal woman pregnant, and then Hera found out and sent snakes to go kill him in his crib. But since he had a superhuman strength, then he just killed the snakes and he was fine because again he was a demigod. So it was kind of like adapting that story into like a playful, oh, the bad guys are trying to get him, not his mom. So yeah,
I think I should rewatch
a very
Hercules.
brief synopsis of it. So I might have missed some stuff. Just don't come for me. But that's the basic like essence of it.
I think I should rewatch Hercules because you like had your favorite part and it was like great sounding. And I was thinking about my favorite part of Hercules and I was disappointed in myself because my favorite part of Hercules is in the beginning when those two people you were talking about, see, I already forgot their names, those two little sidekick devil guys.
Pain
They
and Panic.
were, yeah, they were wearing Hercules sandals and that was my favorite part.
That wasn't the beginning.
That wasn't the
That was
beginning?
like toward the middle end.
Well, then I definitely need to rewatch Hercules.
Oh my god! At the beginning, Hercules is a baby. He don't have a Nike sponsorship. He doesn't have Hercules sandals out.
Oh, I also like, what are those called? They're not sirens, but those singing ladies?
The Muses.
Muses. Yeah, I knew there's a word for women.
God, it was so good. And the song that Meg sings, what's it called? The Won't Say I'm in Love song. That song slaps so hard.
Slaps.
Slaps.
Slaps so hard. Everybody, after you finish listening to this episode of the Peeps in a podcast, go watch Hercules immediately. It's of the utmost importance.
And then after you watch Hercules, fun fact, you should look up somewhere on the internet. There's a video out there of Anna and a dance crew dancing to the songs from Hercules.
Oh, fuck. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
you thought I
that.
didn't remember. Yeah, that's a
You
thing.
put it all out
It's there
there.
somewhere. If you can figure out her last name, you can look her up and you can find her dancing. Something about UCF and an Asian student club organization, and they did a dance
Wow.
crew, and they danced to those songs, and you can see Anna.
You know, I always forget that happened. I still have that shirt too.
I liked that performance. Anna was fierce. She had like really long, like curly, fluffy hair, and she didn't like put it up, and she was whipping her hair back and forth like that daughter of Will Smith. I forget her name. Willow Smith. Yeah, like Willow Smith.
I was about to say, how do you forget Willow Smith's name? It's literally half of her dad. It's like half of her is her dad's name. Oh my god. But yeah, I think Hercules is drastically underrated, and more people need to watch it and appreciate it. I said it.
And I think that Toy Story is a Disney movie. I said it.
Thank you.
No.
You're welcome.
Oh god. Okay, so homework for the day. Go watch Hercules, everybody, including me. I'm gonna go watch it again.
And look up UCF, Asian Student Association, 2016 dance crew.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's right.
Pretty sure it was like 13, 14, but okay.
I thought it was 2014. I think it's
It has to
2014,
be like
2015.
2014, yeah.
Was it? I thought it was 2015 because it was like after January of that year.
Well, I
that
graduated
school
in
year.
2016, so
Did you? Oh my God. It was 2014, you guys. All right. For all you listeners out there, Anna has convinced me of the year, and we're going to bring her to her. Well, actually, we're going to make her famous, you guys. Everyone go look up ASA UCF 2014 dance performance. I think they won. Like, didn't you win like top like 9 or something?
yeah, we came in second place that year.
Second place. Oh my God. Holy crap. I was like, I set the bar really low for you and you blew my mind.
Seriously, you're like,
Oh,
oh, yeah, you got a
wow.
participation trophy, right? No, bitch.
Runner up, silver. Go watch her, bro. She has red in her hair and she whips it around like Willow Smith.
I don't think she remembers what I looked like in college.
I don't think she had
Me?
red
No.
hair yet.
I
No,
didn't. My hair
that's when
wasn't
she had dyed it burgundy. I'm pretty sure that's
Pretty
when she
sure
had dyed
still
it burgundy.
The streaks of blonde in her hair.
because
And didn't she dye those burgundy?
I went fire red until 2016, I think.
So are you sure it wasn't 2016 when you did the dance?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
positive because I dyed my hair like that red, like my mom always calls it sangre de toro, like red, fire truck red, when I was in Virginia. I'm pretty sure. No,
Before.
I lied. Before, it was before that.
That was graduation existential crisis year.
Were you in the dance crew before or after I went to UCF? Or during?
I don't know.
I went to UCF the fall of 2014 and the spring of 2015 because it was while I was there. Because I was part of the Asian Student Association as well with Anna.
Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah, and didn't you guys like end up doing like a hip hop cardio class at the gym or something?
Yeah, and I sucked at it, but it was honestly really fun. Thanks for taking me out of my comfort zone. That's what made me an extrovert, you guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome, world. Oh, but yeah, that's true. I forgot that you were part of it. You did the we did the
It was like a big sister, big brother type thing.
yeah, that.
Nanangs? What were they called? I'm Filipino. This is a disgrace to my race. I feel really bad.
I think it's like Ata. It's not Anyan because that's like hello and something. And like
It's
Korean.
right on the tip of my tongue. It definitely starts with an A. It's not Appa because Appa means dad in Korean. How
It
come I
was,
know more Korean than Tagalog? That's embarrassing.
The littles, or basically like the little sisters, we were called Atings, I think.
Ates. Oh my God.
Ates, that's
Ates.
what it was.
Ates. Oh shit. I'm probably saying that wrong too. I feel like I'm saying that with a Spanish accent instead of with a Tagalog accent. Ates. Man, oh man. I'm glad it took us forever. I'm glad it took us 28 minutes to remember the word ate.
Now that we've disgraced your heritage, let's move on to another hot take. Bike lanes. I have such a hatred for bike lanes. Like, you do not understand. I see a bike lane and I'm like, fuck that bike lane.
Why?
I hate it so much. I have such an irrational hatred for bike lanes and people who bike in the road when there is no bike lane. It's like, get on the sidewalk and get out of my way.
You know, that's the law, right?
That they are allowed to be in the bike lane.
They're allowed to be on the road. It's called share the road in Florida.
Oh my God. Of course it is. Of course it is. Why you gotta do me like this,
Whoa.
Florida? Why? I'm like, is there a traffic jam? Is there an accident up ahead? Why are we going so slow? And then like a couple of people like go left or right or whatever, and then I see that it's a fucking bike, and that's why I'm 25 minutes late to where I'm going because what is it? Lance Armstrong can't pedal fast enough.
Well, Florida is the land of retired people and people who don't want to do anything.
Well, they're never old people. They're always young people with like the bike shorts and the like racer's helmet and they look like Lance Armstrong.
They're probably older than you.
They keep it a tweet.
Keep it a toy.
Here's my opinion. Here's my opinion about bike lanes. I think bike lanes should be a thing based off population density. Like, I think New York definitely needs bike lanes, and the people who park in bike lanes are assholes. I also think that the cops should not give out tickets for people riding on the sidewalk because most of the time the bike lanes are blocked off. So I don't dislike bike lanes. I dislike the people who park in bike lanes.
I dislike bike lanes. I don't know if that was abundantly clear before, but I hate.
Honestly, your opinion about bike lanes is so strong, this probably won't change your opinion. But if anyone wants to look this up, there's a video. I wish I knew titles of things, but I don't know titles of anything. But there's this video out there of this guy, and he got a ticket for riding on the sidewalk on his bike. And to prove a point, he recorded himself purposely running into things that were blocking the bike lane. And so, it was like a 5-minute video of him head on colliding with anything, literally anything that was in the bike lane. And so he ran over a cone and he fell, and he hit a car and he fell, and he hit potholes, and he just let his bike go into the pothole and then fell. And then the last clip of the video was him ramming into the back of a police car that was parked in the bike lane.
Oh my god, the irony.
Wow.
Wait, is he okay though? That seems like he really commitment.
No, he wasn't going full speed. He was wearing a helmet. Fine. He was wearing a helmet, I
was thinking he's purposely giving himself a concussion. Oh my god. Concussion.
It's for the cause, Natalie. It's for the cause.
Do it for the Vine.
Damn.
Yeah, for the TikTok nowadays.
Oh,
Speaking
god, no.
of TikTok, this wasn't on our hot take list, but I like Vine way better because it's way harder to be funny on Vine than it is to be on TikTok. To be a comedian in 7 seconds is so hard.
No, it was 6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
6.
See, that's even less. I never use Vine, but to be funny in 6 seconds is so ridiculously hard. But TikToks, they give you, I don't even know how long they give you. I just know that I can watch a TikTok for 2 or 3 minutes.
Honestly, I completely agree. Vine had that je ne sais quoi about it. There was something that musically and now TikTok tried so hard to recreate, but they don't have it. They don't have that it factor. Vine was literally a gem, and I didn't use Vine either, but I was genuinely devastated when Vine died.
I think the only thing I watched on Vine was Bat Dad, and that was a gem.
I loved Bat. We got divorced.
Divorced Jen.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my god.
Jen might have divorced
I
him.
forgot about that guy.
I mean, I probably would have too with all the yelling.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that doesn't bode well for us.
Oh, hope you're doing well out there, Bat Dad.
He posts compilations of a couple months of videos he makes mostly with his twins.
Wow, he has twins. But yeah, I hope Bad Dad is doing good. I'm on the same page as Natalie. I hope Bad Dad is doing okay. Shout out to Bad Dad.
He looks pretty ripped. I was Insta stalking him, and he seems to be thriving. He lives in Florida.
I think it's funny that Anna. I think it's funny that Anna is basing the entirety of Bad Dad's well-being off of how ripped he is.
Well, think about it like this: if he was struggling, I would just assume that his fitness would be the first thing to go. True. Wouldn't you think? If you're sad, you're not
according to the what's that pyramid of well-being that we learned about in high school?
I didn't take psychology.
The pyramid of self-actualization. You can't be happy until you have all your needs met.
Oh. Well, his house is also really nice, so check the shelter off.
Hey, Bad Dad, if you need a workout, buddy, link up with me at JRide.
At Peeps in a podcast. Listen to our podcast.
The only time George has plugged anything in the podcast, and it's to get Bat Dad.
I mean, that's fair. Have you seen Bat Dad? I don't think you've seen Bat Dad. He's he looks nice. He looks good. That makes it sound like I'm thirsty for Bat Dad. I'm not. No offense.
That does.
No offense to Bat Dad, but I can appreciate a guy that's in shape. Okay. Well, anyways, now that got
derailed.
A little derailed, a little awkward.
A little Bat Daddy.
A little batty, if you will.
And
we should say that whenever there's a weird pause or an awkward silence, it's just
Yeah, eventually all three of us will do it at the same time. That'll be amazing. We can harmonize.
And then we will achieve our final form.
Yes. Way. That doesn't even sound right, I don't think. Okay.
It doesn't, but it's the closest we can get. We're only human. speaking of humans,
Mhm.
we have another hot take, and it's about you know them, you love them. A lot of people hate them. And it's about the Kardashians, the Kardjenners, if you will, the Kardashian Jenners. I think that the Kardashians get a lot of crap and are not given enough credit. And yes, they are dumb and they say the darnest things, but they have turned all that quote unquote stupidity and lack of talent into multi-million-dollar enterprises. And that in and of itself, in my opinion, takes skill. It takes some talent to be able to turn literally just your life, your everyday, routine into a successful business. And George, I know you have thoughts, so I will pass it on to you.
Don't even get me
Ding ding
started.
ding.
Where to begin? Where to begin? Yeah, I don't like them for the same reason a lot of people don't. I think in general, the amount of attention that they get is completely and utterly stupid. But I mean, it is what it is. Yes, they're, I guess, semi-intelligent for capitalizing on what was given to them. But I don't know. I'm just not.
Okay, I have one thing to say. If people can sit around every weekend for months watching a bunch of dudes throw some balls around and they think that's skill, then you can watch the Kardashians build an enterprise, man. I'm just saying.
Not the
Okay,
same
Whoa.
thing.
okay,
Same thing.
okay. Even no, okay. If we're talking football versus the Kardashians, you can't put football in the same category as the Kardashians. I will fight tooth and nail for some football.
But I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
not-
what kind of things do football players bring to the table to where you shouldn't, like, okay, for example, who's a really popular football player, like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning? Like, they're so popular, so many people know them. They have TV commercials, they like have like top selling jerseys, and all they do is be really good at a sport. The Kardashians are really good at building an enterprise and everyone doesn't like them. Why is that?
But like, okay, because they have zero skills to actually put forth to back up their celebrity status. So like right now, if Peyton Manning put out a podcast or a TV show or like some vlog, like people would watch it because guess what? What got him there was the fact that he was such a good football player and he got out at the right time and was still very personable. On the other hand, what did any of the Kardashians do besides just have the last name Kardashian?
They have so many businesses that they built from the ground up. They just, I can't give you examples because I don't know enough about them, but I do know that, like, yes, they were given money. They were like born with like privilege. But like, if you think about it, there's a lot of people out there that were also born into privilege and have a lot of money, and they just like mooch off of it and they just like live their life almost their entire lives not doing anything. And the Kardashians took what they were given, transformed it, and now they're making their own money and they're worth even more than they were when they started. And they took all that and they made it great. And meanwhile, you have some people who are rich and they don't do anything, and they just like Paris Hilton. Like, I think Paris Hilton is
Oh
worse
no,
than the
Paris Hilton
Kardashians. She
is
didn't do
Oh
nothing.
yeah,
rich
no.
too, but she has a bunch of businesses as well. Like she is also entrepreneurial, and just
Wait,
Kim
wasn't she a DJ
Kardashian
at
got
one
her
point?
start from organizing Paris Hilton's closet. And
Yeah, isn't
to
that
go kind of
crazy?
based off of that, like they were given money and that's why they, kind of like Donald Trump's whole thing of like that he got a small, like $2 million loan from his dad or whatever. It wasn't necessarily like that from what I've seen based off of their accounts of their childhood. They had money, yes, but when they wanted something, they had to work to get it. Like their dad made like he was a lawyer, so he had a law office, and he made Kim work in his office during the summers, and then she would use her money to buy clothes, purses, whatever she wanted to buy. So it was like that kind of teaching them the power of a dollar. What's the thing called? Like basically that money doesn't grow on trees. So I and there it's kind of like perception versus their reality. Like we perceive it like what one would think is that they're born with money, their parents are going to help them start whatever, when in reality it doesn't sound like it was like that. From I'm not going to say it wasn't like that because I don't know them personally, but that is the accounts that they've given from their
I
childhood.
mean, they still have privilege. Like, they still were open to more opportunities than a lot
yeah,
of people
for sure.
are. Like, because of their money, they could like go to schools and like they have connections. And like their dad, like they never had to like go to work if they like. She only worked in the summers, you know, like she didn't have to get like a job. So she had privilege. But like I said, like I agree with you, Anna. Like, yeah, they had privilege, but they still like worked for that. They weren't just like given it. Like, you know, like I think they deserve way more than what they get. But also, for every person that's a fan, there's a hater. So they're always going to get shit, you know?
Yeah, for literally just existing. But that's why I think they're given way too much crap. Because it's also, I understand people look at them because they have a huge platform and they're like, do something good with it. But then they do some stupid shit and everybody's like, oh my God, like cancel the Kardashians, you know, like how dare they? And I'm like, why do you have such high expectations for them? Like they're literally so raw with what they give you. And it's like, you know, here it is. This is who we are. It's like, why are you expecting more from them?
Yeah,
I
they're just
think it's
being honest.
because no, they televise, they put everything on social media, what they do. I think that's what opens that door for so many haters because they do get a lot of good attention. People love them, and I get that. But you also get to see like how they truly are. Like maybe it does look like to some people that they're naturally not talented. Like maybe they have some intelligence, yes. They incorporated that into their business building. And their mom, Kris Jenner, yo, she's an OG. But she was like a big help at like them building in their empire. But to a lot of people from the outside, it looks like a bunch of pretty girls who I don't know are all over social media, on magazines. I don't know. I'm on the fence with them. I'm not giving them shit, but also like the amount of attention they get is a little bit unwarranted. I don't know.
Kris Jenner works hard. Or what is it? The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder.
Oh yeah, no. She's a
That's true.
boss. Her mom, a lot of
She is
things
a
weren't
boss, though.
possible in their life because of their mom. If like their mom wasn't as like I guess involved, they wouldn't have been where they are right now. Like
It's because she had to get her 10%. Honestly, I think Kris Jenner is the smartest of the Kardashians
oh
because
yeah,
she popped out her paychecks
yeah.
one at a time.
To be honest with you, that's a great investment, bro. What's 9 times 5? How many months? Like 9 times 5? Like that's a great investment.
She has 6 kids.
Well, I guess it's 9 times 18. 6 times 18. I forgot that you have to raise the kid. You just don't pop them out and like, oh, it's like 9 times 18, I guess. But I feel like that's a great investment.
Yeah, it really is because she put the hardworking spirit into them. Again, based off of their interviews and accounts of like how they got to where they are today. But like they accredited a lot to their mom and her work.
Yeah, I only
What is it
said
called?
that like their mom is huge because fun fact about me, but I've watched all of Keeping of the Kardashians up until like this last season.
Whoa,
It's
I've
not
watched
even
no episodes ever.
How are you on the fence, but you avidly keep up with them?
I started binge watching it like 2 years ago, and in the beginning it was hilarious because as I said, they were not. They're pretty like bland, like people with little personality type of things, but the things they say on the show and it's just ridiculous. They are privileged, so they complain about stupid stuff that normal people like us would be like, "What the fuck? We have no relation to that." But it's entertaining. Um, that's why I say that their mom, you can tell in the show when they first started their store in California and now it's like all over the place, was because of her. And that's how they got into fashion. And then that's how Kim Kardashian became like a big fashionista model. And then Kylie and what's her face? What's the other sister?
Kendall?
Kendall. Yeah, they got into modeling and they got to their makeup thing because their mom helped like get put that together.
I'm telling you, she's nurturing her 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this episode where Kim got a free yoga membership in the mail, and she was talking to Scott, and she's like, "Oh, somebody sent me a free yoga membership," and he's like, "Thank God you wouldn't have been able to afford it."
That's funny.
But I don't know. I think what, to George's point about like the difference between the Kardashians and the football player, is the fact that the Kardashians don't have like a tangible talent. They're smart businesswomen, but I think being a good business person isn't considered a talent in and of itself. It's just like just being business savvy. Like,
and that's why people
it's
hate on
not
them.
I think they say like some really dumb stuff and do some dumb stuff sometimes, but who doesn't? And yeah, I honestly, I think that they deserve more credit than they're given. But I can see the point in the fact that they have way too much attention. Honestly, I'm surprised people keep giving them this much attention.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't really know what they've done like that's like been crazy in the last like 5 years. Like, why do people still
That
even
could be
watch
an
them?
entire other podcast going through all of their controversies.
Oh, I guess I'm just not into drama, so like I don't really like. I didn't even know about the sex tape until like after Kim Kardashian was famous already for it. Like, I found out Kim Kardashian got famous by a sex tape because I asked someone, how is Kim Kardashian famous, and they said a sex tape. Like, I wasn't even there. Like, when people were making her famous for that, I didn't
You
even know
weren't
what was
there
going
when they
on.
were recording.
we were
And
children when
I
that
think
sex tape
also the
came out.
funniest, but the creepiest thing about that shit is that Kanye West literally like owns it. Like,
What?
if you ever seen the music video to Famous, like the main thing about it is literally like a big ass bed, and it's basically like all the celebrities that like have talked shit or whatever, and everybody's all in the same bed. And it's like him, Kim Kardashian, Ray J, Taylor Swift, bro. Like, it's so fucking crazy, and the
Oh
video is
yeah, I think
weird.
I saw a tidbit of that video.
Oh, owns it as in he owns up to it. I thought this man literally had the rights to the copy of her sex tape.
That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was
That's
thinking.
exactly what I thought. I was like, that's weird. But also,
Yeah.
I would, if somebody said that, like if that's what you meant, George, no, but if like that's what you had meant, I would have believed it because Kanye is
Yeah.
weird.
I would have been surprised, but not like, or I would have been shocked, but not surprised. Like, I would have been like, whoa, that's real. I could see that.
Yeah, but yeah, if you haven't seen that video, it's weird as shit.
Wait, what was the name of it
okay.
again?
Famous.
Famous.
Honestly, don't go watch it. Kanye
Yeah.
West doesn't
A
deserve the
little
attention.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve views.
Yo,
But that's my
Kanye is a
personal
pretty good
view on
artist, to be honest. He's just a dickhead.
that. Kanye was a
He
good
was
artist.
a good artist.
Yeah, was. Let me
808s and
rephrase.
Heartbreaks and Before.
Yeah.
Was a good artist, but
I'll
like,
even give him my Dark Twisted Fantasy,
whoa.
but that's borderline.
If people didn't know that you were talking about album names, that would be really weird.
I missed the college dropout Kanye.
Kanye has a deep dark fantasy and George knows about it. And
Oh,
then,
Lord.
Yeah, they
And-
talk every day before bed.
like, what is George like? Anna's on her Instagram looking at the Kardashians, and George is on his Instagram looking at Kanye kinks. Like, I have no idea. I was so confused.
Oh god. But yeah, the Kardashians are always and will most likely always be a polarizing topic. And I think we can go on and on about them. And maybe we will on another podcast if you guys want to hear more of our thoughts and discussion on them. Because honestly, I could educate you guys on that because I know too much about not only the Kardashians, but pop culture in general.
That's where I lack.
But we've been talking for a while. Should we do one more hot take or wrap it up?
I think we could do one more, a short and sweet one.
It might not be short and
I'm
sweet.
going to wait for George to put his cup down because he has a metal tumbler with a metal straw and it's just clinking away.
Yeah.
I could hear it. I thought he was, what's that called? I thought he was blacksmithing.
He was thirsty.
He's making a sword real quick.
Yeah.
But okay, fine. Let's do one more hot
Do
take.
the easy one.
And, all right. This was your hot take, actually,
Yeah,
Sarah.
it's easy.
That you should not double knot your shoelaces, that it doesn't make any sense. Now, I would like to hear your argument for a single knot because I don't understand. I double knot my shoes every single time.
To be honest with you, well, first of all, I didn't really come up with this idea. It was getting talked about in my group chat. Shout out to the group chat. It's called Goons. And they were talking about it and they brought it up, and everyone in my group chat, there's like 7 of us, and the other 6 of them, they all double knot their shoes with any type of shoe all the time. Like, doesn't matter what type of shoe it is, and they do it. And I was basically the only one that always single knots my shoes. And so it kind of pissed me off because I hate being the only one. But like, their argument, it just wasn't sound. So my argument is that I only double knot my shoes if I'm wearing like work boots, and that's because usually with work boots the laces are too long and you have to double knot them so then like you don't step on them and stuff. But I only single knot them because like I just don't understand why you need a double knot. Like,
Wait.
do you guys really walk that aggressively to where when you're walking your
Oh.
shoes come untied that often? My shoes never come untied, like ever.
Hold on.
They never come untied.
No. I want to interject because many times
Sierra,
I've seen you.
That's a bold-faced lie. Like I've at least seen you stop and tie your shoes or ignore to tie your shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Thank
no,
you, Natalie.
but like,
And I know for a fact,
And I'm with
I
you
know
all the
for a
time.
fact that I have tripped you several times by stepping on your untied shoelaces.
okay, but that is different because I just put on my shoes without tying them. They're untied because I never tied them in the first place. That's where
No.
it's
Are you
different.
sure?
No,
Yeah,
I've seen
like,
your
so-
shoes come undone and you leave it alone and it's just like flapping all over.
Yeah, okay. So hear me out. So hear me out on this. How many times has that happened in comparison to the amount of times that I wear shoes?
Literally
Percentage
always.
wise,
Every single time I'm with you.
45%, 50.
You're lying. You guys are lying.
No.
You guys are lying, bro.
How am I
never
lying?
even
Sierra,
touched
for
my
Christmas,
shoes.
I'm
I'm
gonna
with
get
you so
some
many
Velcro shoes.
times.
Yo,
Like a
if
child to
if
be
you
right
give
up.
me some Walmart New Balance Velcro shoes, I'll be so mad.
Oh man, I'm so sad that your birthday just passed.
For real.
You guys, honestly,
Happy
okay,
belated.
maybe I am like falsifying a little bit, but like I honestly don't really think that my shoes come untied that often. And then counterpoint, even if my shoes do come untied that often, you guys, what's the big deal about just retying your shoes, man?
You never do.
It takes too much time. You don't do it. People can trip you, i.e. me.
But
Oh,
listen,
God.
hear me out on this. There is a way to where you can tie your shoes to where they almost never come untied. And also, you know how in boat shoes, they have those leather laces, and when you tie them, they always do that thing where they go sideways?
I guess, yeah.
You guys never had leather laces?
Not really, no.
No.
Yeah, I guess I've had yeah. I guess I just know more white people that wear boat shoes. Or I guess I know more people that own boats. I don't know.
I don't think I know any white people other than my brother-in-law and the people I work with. Everyone else is some sort of ethnicity.
Well, if you have leather shoelaces, they don't always have to be on boat shoes, I guess, but they're mostly on boat shoes because, like, you know, waterproof. But if you ever have leather laces or you don't want your shoes to come untied that often, you just have to tie your shoes the correct way. Listen, so there's a TED Talk, right? I watched it back in like high school, and it's called like How to Tie Your Shoes Properly. Well, first of all, I just like to say, people who do the bunny ears thing, you're wrong. I don't care. Change my mind. People who tie their shoes with bunny ears with the 2 loops and the time. Oh, I'm choking. I'm choking because I'm so mad about people who tie their shoes with bunny ears. It's just, I don't get it. So, but you know how you make the one bunny ear and then you take the other shoelace and you wrap it around and pull it through,
Oh, I
and
don't
then
do it
that's how
like
you make
that.
it tight? Okay.
Yeah, I don't do it like
Yes.
that.
So the correct way to tie your shoe is like that, but instead of going over, you go under and then pull it through, and that will not only lock your shoes or shoelaces more into place, but it keeps your shoelaces from doing that vertical thing when they like turn sideways.
Okay, SpongeBob, I need a
When did
diagram
you
or
see this
something.
TED Talk? Because I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I told you it was like all the way back in high school, but it's like TED Talk, how to properly tie your shoes. And it's like a 45-second
Only
TED
Sierra
Talk.
would look that TED Talk up and then completely ignore it and continue to not tie her shoes.
One, I didn't look it up. I just found it because I used to have the TED Talk app on my phone, and instead of watching YouTube videos, I used to watch TED Talks. And 2,
She's a scholar, ladies and gentlemen.
you're right, Anna. Well, 2, you're right, Anna. I am a scholar. 3, you're also right, Anna. I watched a video on how to tie my shoes correctly, and I still do not tie my shoes that way. But I'm telling you, double knots are for the weak.
To your first point about you saying how aggressively do you guys walk, I do everything aggressively. So I double knot all of my shoes, even the ones that don't have laces.
That is a fair point.
But yeah, double knot all the way, because you tie them once and then you don't untie them. You just like slide your shoes off after that.
See,
And then every time you put your shoes on, you don't have to keep retying them, but they remain tight and they're not going to fall. Your shoes aren't going to fall off, and your laces aren't going to come undone.
you know, that's the same exact thing Nathan said. He's one of the people in the group chat. Shouts out to Nathan. He said he double knots his shoes like once every couple months. So then he never has to tie them for a couple months, and he can just take a shoe off and put it on like slippers. But that's what I do with my shoes. But maybe that's why my shoes come untied so often, is because I use my single tied shoes as slippers.
Yeah, I think you're just in denial about your shoelaces and your habits.
Maybe they do come untied more often than I think. But like, also, I don't think it's that hard just to retie your shoes. I don't like the double knot because it's like bulky and it like sticks up. It doesn't lay flat. It's like a bulky knot, and it's just like, oh my god, look at me, I'm double knotted. You know, if I wanted to look at a double knot all day, you know what I mean? I think I'm just a hater.
Yes, I think so too. And just to verify, that was supposed to be our short and sweet one, yet we still had like a 10-minute discussion about shoelaces.
That was my bad.
That is the kind of quality content you will get here on Peeps in a Podcast. We can go for hours on the most random, the most minuscule topics.
Wait, can we end this segment with the SpongeBob teaching everyone to tie a shoe?
That's literally that loop-de-loop and you pull them
Yep.
tight song. I was literally playing that in my
Yes,
head.
I was really thinking
while
that this
Sierra was
whole
talking about the bunny ears.
All
Hey,
right.
Sierra, I'm going to task you with something tonight. On the Peeps in the Podcast Instagram, you've got to upload a video of you tying your shoes.
Yes.
To the Peeps in the Podcast Instagram. All right, I'll upload a video of me tying my shoes on the Peeps in the Podcast Instagram. So go check that out, you guys, at Peeps in the Podcast.
The correct way, please.
That's some
The
juicy
correct
stuff
way,
right
the
there.
underway.
Yes.
Oh, so then you don't have to look up the TED Talk. You can look up our podcast. Great thinking, George.
Do it. You won't.
But Natalie,
Oh,
I do
God.
think I can put that song in the outro. Are you ready? We're gonna start the outro now.
Oh wait, don't we need the trademark or copyright?
Oh, you're right. We do need the trademark for that. Yeah, we can't put the music there because we need an outro. Does anyone know how to sing it so then we don't get sued?
I don't remember the words.
All I remember is like a bunny ears or some Christmas bows. Lace them up and you're ready to go. I guess I do know that song.
All right, Anna, can I sample your voice singing it? And maybe I can add some sick auto-tune.
Wait, do you like really though?
Yeah, you ready? You know the whole thing?
I don't know the whole thing. I know part of it.
Go.
Like a bunny ears or a Christmas bow. Lace them up and you're ready to go. You make a loop-de-loop and pull. And your shoes are looking cool. But then you go over and back. Left to right. Loop-de-loop and you pull them tight. Like bunny ears. That's how it went.
That's basically the whole song.
That sounds amazing.
That's basically the whole song right there.
To be honest with you, I've never heard that before.
I just didn't have it, I guess.
I've never heard that before. If I would
Seriously?
have heard that, I would probably always double knot my shoes.
Oh god. Well, I'm gonna actually go into the outro now.
Good luck. See you on the other side.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Peeps in a Podcast. Let us know your opinions on our hot takes in the comments below if you're on YouTube, or just send us a DM on Instagram. It's at Peeps in a Podcast. Make sure to follow us on YouTube if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music. That our YouTube channel is just called Peeps in a Podcast. And if you're on YouTube with us, then all of the links for our social medias, individual plus the podcast, will be in the description box below. So make sure to like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends, do all the things. And yeah, thank you again to our first listeners. And again, if you have any constructive criticism for us or any comments or topic ideas for future podcasts, make sure to DM us or leave a comment in our YouTube comment section. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Till next time.
Later.
9 minutes and 40 seconds.